And we're live! Yay! Happy Monday morning to everyone. I hope you are well and you had a good weekend. Now comes the fun time of finding myself on YouTube so that I can read the comments section.
That's what I was just about to do too.
I know. Well, and this time I was like, okay, I'm going to have YouTube open and I'm going to be ready. And I went, oh no. Okay. And the thing isn't muted. Good morning, Aphrodite. How are you? There we go. And of course, my computer's like, I might work for you today. I saw Aphrodite's pictures of her vacation. She had, good morning, Stephen. How are you? She had a hotel room on the 17th story of this hotel, and you could look out over the ocean and just, you couldn't even see the end of the world. I mean, it was just gorgeous. It was so beautiful.
Wow.
I was like, man, it's been like, I want to say 13 years since I have been in the ocean or on the beach. And now after seeing everybody's like beach pictures, I'm like, okay, we're going to the beach this year. Except I have a policy about like, I won't go to California, not because any political issues or anything like that, but I have this ridiculous fear of earthquakes. And because when I remember in like 1995, they had that like massive, it might've been 94. They had a massive earthquake that like devastated California, and in Arizona, we felt it. And I remember being out on the property, and all of a sudden the horse trough started shaking and the roof on the barn was making all this noise, and it really freaked me out. And I ran inside and I told my stepdad, I was like, something happened. There was an explosion or something. And he was like, no, California just had an earthquake. And I was like, okay, if an earthquake can be so powerful that you can feel it in Arizona from a whole nother state, a very large state, then I'm not going anywhere there's earthquakes.
Yeah, a friend of mine lives in Alaska, and she wasn't too far off from that, like 7 or whatever they had like 2 months ago. And she was saying that the aftershocks were still like 4s and 5s, and they were going on for like 2 weeks afterwards. She was still getting an aftershock. And I was like, fuck all that noise, I'm good. Exactly. You guys go right ahead. I'm gonna stay over here on my East Coast, where the worst thing I've got to worry about is tornadoes and hurricanes.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's my number one reason why I've considered for a short time. I was like, oh, the Midwest seems like it could be a really great place to raise a family. And then they started having more frequent tornadoes, and I was like, yeah, we're not going there. And the little town that I lived in when I lived in Washington State, I loved it. They had this little Norwegian village, and they had the best bakery, and it was right on the water. And they had a very minor earthquake, and I woke up, and the only reason I knew we had it was because all the pictures were like tilted, and some of them had fallen off the wall. And so I looked at the news, and it had said that we had a small tremor. And after that, I started looking at naval bases that we could get stationed at where they didn't have earthquakes. That was insane. So I came back to Arizona because the natural disasters in Arizona are very minimal. And as long as you use your common sense, they're not going to kill you. So,
yeah, North Carolina it's okay as far as like natural disasters. Those hurricanes can get pretty scary, and tornadoes really intimidate me because you just don't know until there they are. Yeah. And weather forecasters can say anything that they want, But I've still been caught off guard by tornadoes that were only like 2 miles away. And I'm like, I've been listening to the news nonstop for the last hour. Yeah. And I can see the damn thing all the way over there. And I see it. And then you tell me what I'm looking at. So, yeah, I understand your fear of avoiding certain things just because.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, yeah. In 1987, my mom's first husband got stationed in Oklahoma City, and I was living with my dad in Maryland, and I was flown from Maryland to Oklahoma City to visit with my mom. And like the first week I was in Oklahoma City, these sirens started going off. And in Maryland, in the small town where my dad lives, they have sirens for, like, they have the old, like, air raid sirens for the fire department, for if there's a party, if somebody got married, if somebody was born.
Oh, wow.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing when you hear these sirens going off. And so hearing this siren, I was just kind of like, oh, what's going on? You know, I was like, okay, didn't think anything of it until my mom came running out of this little trailer that they were living in with both of my siblings in her arms, grabbed me, and we ended up having to run to the neighbor's house and get in their basement so that we would be safe from this tornado. And it was just those moments have such an impact. I'm 39 years old, and I can still remember the smell of this old root cellar where we were hiding. And my mom doesn't get afraid. She's not afraid of anything. And seeing her fearful, it was like, oh my God, this is serious, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I know
that's a lifelong memory right there. You're never going to forget any of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I respect people's fear. It's not even irrational. It is your essence telling you, if you want to survive, get the hell out of here.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, well, it looks like Skye isn't feeling good. I hope that she feels better. I think we're like going through, it's the season change. That's what we're going through. So I hope you feel better.
Because I don't know what happened to me. I felt fine on Tuesday. Wednesday, I was like, Thursday, I was worse. And by Friday, I was like, oh, what happened?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I think it's definitely change of the season. I know a lot of people get sick during that because it's warm and cold, and then warm and then cold and all that good stuff. So yeah. So, well, do you want to introduce yourself, or do you think everybody knows who you are?
I know, right? It doesn't really matter.
Like, should we?
I'm Amy Nobody. I'm a SEO consultant. I don't have a website or any social media or anything like that because I don't use it. And I'm here joining Dana and these other ladies on these writing sprints because I'm working on my first rough draft of my first fiction book. Which I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I might actually finish for Camp Nano if I keep up this pace.
Awesome. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I am so excited. I'm actually getting really excited for Camp Nano. So, and it sounds like you've got some good goals too. So
yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
And you need to hurry up and get it ready for betas so that we can read it. And
I know, right?
I know, because like all this buildup. Oh, and it's
everybody keeps talking about it and saying that.
Yeah, and actually it's perfect because you're doing what we all should have done, where you're building it up, and then you're going to be like, boom, here's all my links, and you're going to just have like this massive flood of subscribers and book sales and all that good stuff.
So we'll see. I don't know.
I know. Well, we're giving you, that's like good vibes into the universe,
I like
right?
The sound of that. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited to read your book because I've heard you've talked about it, and I'm like, this is going to be an excellent book to read. So
I know I'm enjoying writing it. I just hope other people enjoy reading it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This yeah. Time, so I don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm enjoying myself so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how like I felt. I was feeling that way, and then oh no, I got lipstick on my teeth. I hate that when you're like and they start sticking.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I totally understand how you feel, because that's how I was feeling. And after I got it all ready, and it, you know, Amazon's like, click this to approve. And I stood there literally like for 10 minutes, and I got up and I went out. I talked to my husband. I called my mom. I did, I did like so many other things just to avoid hitting that accept button, because up until that moment I was so excited, and then I felt like I got kicked in the gut, and then I hit,
sounds like something I would do.
Oh yeah. And then I finally hit accept, and I started like promoting my book and everything, and it was insane, because then I started doing like, well, is it good enough? Are people going to like it? And, you know, and so I started doing that whole doubt thing, and I was pleasantly surprised when a month later I looked at my sales and I was like, that is freaking awesome. I mean, it was just kind of like, holy cow. 'Cause I'm not ranked high on the Amazon chart at all, but and that's what confuses me about the Amazon sales chart and stuff, because I'm like, well, how is it that I'm selling what I consider to be good, especially because it's my first book and I'm self-published, but I'm still kind of low on the totem pole. And then I went and I looked, and it's like flooded. Fantasy romance is like flooded with people. And I'm just like, okay, you know what though? I've got 1 billion people that I'm competing against, and I haven't hit the billion mark yet. So
yeah,
that's right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was looking at Skye's comment. She said that she's sorry that Aphrodite's not feeling well. Fist bump. Sick writers unite. That's right. That's right. I know.
We're here. We're showing up. We're working.
That's right. That's right. So yeah. So it is. It's a roller coaster of emotions when you publish your first book, and then you're just like, oh my gosh. So yeah. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you, and I'm glad that you have a good community behind you. So
yeah, I'm so happy I got in.
Oh yeah. So then
I made the cut.
Yeah, when you're sitting there in the middle of the night being like, my book sucks, we can all tell you, no, it's awesome. So,
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. So, all right. So I'll do mine too. So if you're here, you probably know who I am. I'm DanaG Author. I write adult fantasy romance. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and, you know, like it, and then share it with all your friends, because you got to do the thing. So, all right. So today I'm working on book 2, because now that I know somebody out there is reading it, my first one, I've got to get my second one out and about. So yeah, it's been interesting. I have all these other things open, but I didn't open my Word document.
So are you going to be using that hateful app that everybody seems to be using now?
Yes, because if I don't use it, I will. I'll just talk. I'll talk for like.
It definitely does seem to cut down on the chit chat in between. Like it doesn't do much for before or after for sure, but the chit chat in between, that little voice in the background going, "Hey, hey, hey, hey." It does make you focus whether you want to or not.
Oh yeah. 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 And sometimes I do like the fact that, like, if like on Sarah's channel, I don't know if you watch Sarah's live streams on Friday nights, but so we'll write and then we'll take a break. And if we get on to a really good topic, and typically, like, I would say 90% of the time when we're on our breaks, we start these conversations about writerly things. And then we end up having to like mute the app while we have these discussions. Or sometimes
I'm never there on Friday nights, but I do watch them back sometimes when they show up in my feed like, hey, somebody did this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You get down that rabbit hole of talking about some interesting topic, and before you know it, it's been 20 minutes. Like, oh, we could have had a whole other sprint in this time.
Oh yeah, yep. And I love it. I love it because I think that like these write-ins are great for keeping us on track, and then they're great because we get to talk about like writing things and I think last Friday we were talking about all kinds of stuff. Sarah was enjoying a bottle of wine, or I think she said it was a box of wine. So I'm like, you know what? I totally need to get myself a bottle of wine.
What do you do? Ernest Hemingway, write drunk, edit sober?
Yes. Yeah. That's what we need to do. We'll get more done. We'll get more accomplished. It might not make sense, but it'll definitely.
We're going to feel good doing it. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Okay, I've got my document and my outline and everything. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm just waiting. Word doesn't want to work this morning. And of course, I made the mistake of not having it open. This is what happens when you try to write and on Monday mornings. It's just kind of, And then it was the wrong one.
I'm having to fight the urge to go back and edit what I've already written again. Just every single time. The editor comes out in me as soon as I see the mistakes, and I'm like, oh no, that sentence is just totally backwards. Just, rewrite it and it'll be perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. No, you gotta resist.
Oh yeah.
And I keep having to go back and read like 3 or 4 paragraphs just to kind of like, reacquaint my brain with where I stopped so I can get back in the flow. Yeah. And there's always 1 or 2 sentences in every paragraph where I'm just like, oh, that's bad. That has to be fixed.
Oh yeah.
So
that's what
a real struggle for me.
Yeah. I've been trying really hard to not I've got this really bad habit. I'm like, how do I explain this? I have a really bad habit of I'll see a mistake. So I'll be typing and then the little red squiggly line pops up and I delete everything up until the little red squiggly line. Then I fix it and then I retype what I just deleted. And
sometimes it's not the same.
Yeah. And I don't know why I do that, but it's terrible. And I'm like, I have got to stop doing this. I am wasting so much time deleting all of this stuff, and I've been trying to not do it, but it's just, I don't know. It's insane. So, okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead and start the timer since you're ready to rock and roll. And it looks like Nichole has joined us. Good morning, Nichole. Oh, it made me approve your comment because it said bitch in it. I'm like, gosh, we're grown-ups here. Oh, and then I missed what happened to the 99%. I think it was the editing, the 99%. It happens to 99% of the writers for your homie. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've done that before too. And then I go back and I'm like, didn't I already say that 5 times? So, all right. So let's go ahead and get this crazy app started. And I'm going to figure out what I did because it looks like I might have messed up my Word document again. So, all right. Well, awesome. So we will begin to write in 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, that's time. We will go ahead and take a break.
Okay.
And do some math stuff.
Yeah. Always with the math stuff.
Right. I think I do more math as I write than I do like on a regular day. All right. So I got 117 words, but I also reheated my coffee and found the mistake I did with my Word document. So I'm very happy with that.
That's good. I got 454.
Awesome.
Thank you. It's another scene that doesn't have a lot of dialogue, so I can just kind of cruise.
Oh, yeah. I love those. And Skye got 360. That's, you know what? Those are both of you are not feeling well, and you both have amazing numbers. So you guys are doing well. I know. I'm like, I need to take like my cue from you guys, because I don't feel well, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. So
I enjoy the reprieve from the stuff that I should be doing, the SEO work that I should be doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I yeah. Finally kicked in. My pain meds finally kicked in. I love that feeling. Except my pain meds can be a little overpowering sometimes. So sometimes I'll take my meds and I'll start, doing dishes or whatever, and then I know when they start to kick in, because like the muscles in my face no longer work, and I'm like
I've been lucky in life. I've never had anything happen to me where I had to take like strong medication. I've gotten the occasional headache, but I can just get through that with some aspirin.
Oh yeah.
And I consider myself really lucky also because even aspirin puts me to sleep. Aspirin, even though they have caffeine in them to make you stimulate your body so you'll absorb this stuff faster. And I have a caffeine sensitivity. I can't hardly drink caffeine. They still put me to sleep like that. Like within like 20 minutes, I'm down and out, even if I just take 2 aspirin.
Oh yeah. So, like I take Excedrin migraine because all of the, not sponsored, by the way, I just want to put that out there. No. But all of the migraine medication that they've put me on, it doesn't really take the pain away. It has like this adverse effect on me where I feel like I'm a statue. Like my body becomes so heavy that I just can't move. So, and it doesn't take the pain away. So I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with all that. So and the Excedrin migraine is basically the only thing that really helps. But it puts me to sleep. I'll take one, and within 30 minutes, I am out. I'm out. And it doesn't have any like sedative or anything in it. So yeah, so I completely understand where you're coming from. And you're probably like me, where medications, you're a little bit sensitive to medications.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Yeah. And this is the first time in my life that I have been on powerful pain meds, and it has been, the last year of my life has been so weird. And like my daughter, she's like, Mom, once you're not taking these medications anymore, you can drink. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And she's like, well, you're funny when you're not yourself. So she's like,
Thank you, child. Thank you very much.
Yep. So
we're talking about caffeine in the comment section. Yeah. Nichole forgot her coffee. She has to run gas dramatically and almost trips down the stairs.
Oh, how funny.
Steven got 214 words.
Yeah.
Nichole got some more 49 words with a couple of tasks done.
Oh, yeah. Those are
high five everybody.
That's right. I was going to say those are both very good numbers. And that's the end of our break already. Oh, yeah. All right. So are we ready to get started again?
I am ready.
Okay. Well, then let's get this done. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're back.
Excuse me.
Okay. Bless you, by the way. It was delayed because I had to do some more stuff.
Thank you.
Mom, when you wash a car, can you just use like dish soap? Okay.
Oh, wow. Was that seriously 15 minutes?
Oh, I thought the same thing.
That is insane. All right, so we will go ahead and take a break while we do some math. I know, I was like, that can't be.
Math. 460. So about the same. Thank you.
I surprisingly, I got 326 words.
Ooh, awesome.
I know, I'm like, that is amazing. Thank you.
And it felt like time went so fast. You were in the zone.
I know. And I was interrupted by Mini Monster once. She's like, Mom, can I go to the store and get some stuff to bake something? I'm like, bake what? So it looks like Nichole got 281. That is awesome. Yeah, I've noticed that as the more writing sprints you do, the faster your words come.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what everybody says. I've got a personal goal. If I can just get to like ballpark 500 when I do my sprints, because I'm okay around the 400. Even when I have dialogue, I can almost meet that one. So I'm hoping I'll hone my skills and get to like ballpark 500. Okay. I've done it a couple of times with Skye when we were just having our own writing session, you know, hanging out or something like that.
Yeah.
But I have not been able to do it like on command, if you know what I mean. Like I'm sitting down to do sprints with, you know, on the feed and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to do it then.
Yeah.
Speaking of Skye, thank you, Skye. I saw your Gesundheit comment in the section.
I know. I thought that was cute. Well, she heard you. She heard you in her mind. She could feel your blessings.
Ooh, and she got 422.
Awesome. That is really awesome. Is Steven still writing with us?
281.
Yeah.
Might still be mathing.
Yeah. My goal is to hit 300 words consistently. Yeah, I would love to hit 300 words consistently.
When I started, even that was hard for me. When I first started doing the sprints like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of words in a sprint. Just I mean, whether you're just starting or not, it's not easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
I think only writers know how not easy it is. You know, people who, even creative and imaginative people who still don't try to sit down and make words do word things, they still underestimate how difficult it is. Because I've been a writer for a long time and I've written all kinds of stuff, but I'm just getting into fiction. Yeah. And so I'm talking about, you know, like, oh, I only wrote like 1,000 words today. I was talking to my dad and I was like, yeah, I wrote like, you know, about 1,000 words. And he was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, it took me like 3 hours to do it.
Yep. Oh,
and he was kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then he started asking and I'm like, yeah, no, this is fiction. This is not expository writing. This is not my forte. I kick ass at my forte. I'm good at it. But this, every little number feels like an achievement because my brain, I've never had produce this many words.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's like I completely understand what you're saying. And that's why when Alina is like, she has a 2,000 word count daily. And I'm like, wow, that is impressive. I try to hit 1,500 words daily, but even still, it's like, because we're not in fiction, we're not just coming up with what a room looks like, but we also have to have conversations between multiple people. And, you know, and I think that's the part that people don't really understand is when you're writing an essay for a research project or whatever, it's okay, I'm writing about Pepsi and Pepsi is made out of caramel, water, and other ingredients. And, you know,
and there's always a template. That's what the difference seems to be in my mind.
Yeah.
With anything informative, there's a template. You know what information, you know what has more relevance.
Yes.
In this fiction thing, not only do I have to make everything up, I have to be very careful to only add stuff that has relevance and then figure out how to tell you that it's relevant without just, show don't tell. So
yep.
it's fun. I'm enjoying myself. I hope I turn out to be good at this and successful because I like it.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, just remember, success is it's subjective. Okay. Everybody's idea of success is different. Like, I just finished my book. I'm successful.
Right?
That's right. All right. So let's go ahead and start another word sprint. And are you ready?
Just a second.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So we will start our next word sprint in 3.
Excuse me. No, you coughing right when you're about to hit the button.
I know. It's the nervousness. It's the nervousness of getting prepared. It's like a runner at the starting line. Yep. On your marks, get set, go. There it is.
What's happening? I thought I was
Hold on.
therapy.
Awesome. That is the thing.
Hey.
Oh man, I think I'm actually like on a roll today. This is insane. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to have like the whole day. We'll do like the whole day, one big writing sprint. Oh man, like
406.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I got 7. 255. Oh, well, that's still pretty good. Yeah. I had to do some discussing of the mini monster came in and she's like, I don't want to do this one thing that I was supposed to do today, but I will do this other thing that I'm supposed to do today. Wow, Stephen got 434 words.
Nice.
I know. He is on. What are you writing, Stephen? I'm probably said in a previous past long or live stream long ago, but Go ahead and tell me again. What are you writing? Oh, you missed Mini Monster? She came in briefly. And
I saw her.
Yeah. I was going to say, she came in briefly, kind of like a super sleuth, and she
popped up before you hit the button.
Oh, I know. She's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think she doesn't mind, as like it's her face. So like I think as long as she can position herself so that she can be seen but not show her face, she's okay. So but yesterday,
yourself, Mini Monster.
Yeah. Yesterday.
You.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said YouTube has seen you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yesterday I was really surprised. She was like, she let me take a picture of her, and she made a little like 30-second video for a friend of mine this friend of mine babysat Mini Monster for me when she was like a month old, and Mini Monster had a really bad habit of, if I wasn't around, she would scream, and not like, "Wait, I want my mommy." It was like, "If you don't give my mom back here now, I will torture you for the rest of eternity," type of a scream. And so she made this little 30-second video, and she's like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I grew out of that and I miss you." So it was really cute. So
that's cute.
But yeah, she was a breastfed baby, so I think it was like once she couldn't smell her food supply, she panicked. That's why. Yeah, because the only time she ever like wanted me when she was a baby was when she, pampered, needed to be changed, she needed to be fed or entertained. But as soon as I was done doing whatever she needed, she was like, "Okay, put me down, I'm good." So awesome. Skye yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so she got 684, and she's training and playing paintball.
She got 568.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, I'm sorry, 568. Yeah. What was this paintball thing?
I think it's her characters.
Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, seriously, you're gonna play paintball? That is so awesome.
And Steven answered you. He said book 1 of his fairy fantasy series.
Oh, that is awesome. I love it when people write like mythical creature stories, especially if it's like, yeah, especially if it's not like your typical fairies and they're actually like, doing an adventure or something. What is going on? Like, I wish that like in Fantasia, the fairies would have had a bigger role, like, I don't know, killing some rats role or something. That is really awesome. So, well, do you feel like you have one more in you, or do you need to run off?
I think I can do one more.
Okay. All right, cool. Because we have 11 seconds, and then we can start another one.
I think I'll be able to finish this scene in this sprint. So,
oh, perfect.
I'll hang around and finish it at least.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, then we will go ahead and get started with our next write-in and our writing sprint. I can't word today. So, all right. Well, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
You know what that glass spray is?
This one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Have you read that list yet?
No. Since the glass.
Soon.
Hey. Since Someone's laying an egg.
Yeah, she just finished, sounds like. She thinks she's sneaky putting them on a mystery nest on the porch instead of in the coop, but I know where it is. I'll mute it though, because I can hear the other ones going in the background too. They're all going to get flustered for a minute.
Shoot.
All right, that is time. Oh my gosh. My husband tasked me with watching his phone because he's expecting a phone call, and I heard it ringing, and I was like, "No, I gotta go grab that."
Oh no!
Oh man, yeah, that was.
It's one of those you had one job situations.
Oh yeah, and he would. That's exactly what he would say. He'd be like, "All I asked you to do was one thing."
Yeah.
But that
one there.
Oh yeah, Mom. But that one thing was right in the middle of my big thing, and I can't do two things at the same time. So. Oh man.
I finished my scene and got 225 words.
Awesome.
And then I just sort of sat here staring at it, resisting the urge to edit.
Oh. Yeah, but like you can when you finish a scene, now I can't speak. When you finish a scene, and do you just automatically go into the next scene, or do you wait? And does that make sense at all?
Yeah, I just move on.
Oh, okay.
I'm really committed to the whole not editing it until I'm done with it. So if I linger for too long, I'll start to edit it. I still did do a couple like misspelled word corrections, even just that.
Yeah.
So I'm committed to just, okay, I'm done. Next.
Yeah. Okay. So because I was like, I know some, like everybody sees editing differently. Like when I go back and fix like misspelled words and stuff, I don't actually count that as editing.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, it's like when I'm doing editing, that's when I'm like actually cutting chunks of my soul out of my work. Oh man, right on. So let me get back to the chat pod and see what everybody else is doing. All right, so Skye, Nichole, Stephen got 265. Nichole got 207. Skye got 555 words. She's so close to 2K already. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but you guys live in the future, so it's expected, Skye. No. Only 2.7K to finish the day. Oh my gosh. So you're gonna
zooming.
I know. I'm like, that's a big goal for today. I still have one more scene to finish today. That's Miss Nichole. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, especially because Nichole, I think Nichole's trying to get to like 3,000 words. You guys are very ambitious, especially for a Monday. You're way too ambitious for me. All right, so I am 326, 255, and 199 puts me at 897 total for this live stream.
Oh,
so
yeah, I forgot.
If I subtract that from my daily goal, that only leaves me with 603 words to go for the day. Woohoo!
Nice.
But, you know, I live in the past. No. I live in the present yet to come. And so,
there we go.
Yeah. So it's only 10:45 here. So I'm good. I can easily hit the 300 mark. But I am going to
1,545 for the day.
For the day so far, or just this sprint? Or this live stream?
Just this live stream.
Oh, see, you've already hit my goal of the day. That
Thank you.
I need to get myself together. I'm like, oh, so no, but I do have to run. My exciting announcement of the day is I started doing Posh, the Perfectly Posh. Have you heard about those guys?
No.
It's like an all-natural skincare and other products that I'm really super excited about. And yeah, I've partnered up with my friend, and so she is patiently waiting for me to video chat with her so that we can go over our strategy to take over the world.
What are we going to do today, Brain?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I'll be writing, and I'll have great skin for when I go on my world tour with my books.
I know, right?
Oh, I know.
Fairies, but with Greek mythology sounds really cool, Stephen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought so too. I was like, that is going to be so cool. Like, I've got all these.
I know, just that little bit, my mind is going in like 6 different directions. I'm like, wow, what does he mean? Because this could do that. And that's kind of cool.
I know.
I'm really getting into the fairy genre. I've read the last 4 or 5 books I read that kind of circled around fairies. I've been really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally over vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I still enjoy it. It's just I'm a little bit better at guessing what happens because I'm more familiar with it, if that makes sense. Not that I'm totally over it so much as I'm more accustomed to it.
I think that Twilight killed vampires for me. And I know there are people sharpening their daggers right now, but I really liked the I liked the whole mystery behind vampires and the seduction of being entranced by them. And, I liked the old vampires, the original vampires where they were not your friends and they, call me crazy.
Not go to high school.
That's right. And that I don't even understand that. It's like,
now that I'm thinking about it, that might be what it is for me too. Because I do love vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. I love everything fantasy, but the last thing I can think of reading that was vampires and werewolves was I made it like 3 chapters into Twilight, and I was like, nope, I'm done. And so it kind of did put a little bit of damper on me. And since then, I haven't found anything that I really got into that had that subject, but I have enjoyed the fairy stuff that I read recently. And honestly, I've been doing so much homework for the last 9 months that I haven't read much of anything. So I'm looking forward to Nichole and Skye and all of you vampires and werewolves. I will be reading that stuff. I am very excited about those.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I was like. I need like an Anne Rice vampire moment, or Vlad. I need a Vlad the Impaler moment. It's I need the Bram Stokers, because even Bram Stoker, there was a romantic story to his vampire, but that guy you feared him. Okay, he wasn't climbing into your bedroom to woo you, and there was no way in hell he was going back to high school for you. I mean, come on. I'm 117 years old and I can't find anything better to do with my time than to sit in a cafeteria in a high school. Bullshit. No. but they did. And then werewolves, it was so hard for me.
Yes, the Gary Oldman vampire. Sorry to interrupt. Yes, Nichole, I agree.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, I don't know. It was really difficult for me to get on board with the whole Anyway, it just killed it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, we'll save that.
Popular. So there's just so many examples, and you like these ones and you don't like those ones.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to some good old fashioned vampires.
And looks like Nichole's got that.
Yeah, but I'm totally getting into the whole idea of other mythical creatures and fairies. I've always loved fairies, because you can have the dainty princess fairies, and then you can have some pretty badass warrior fairies as well.
I didn't know that for the longest time. I mean, I was like, out of high school by the time I ever found out what fae actually were and how they actually originated. I'm like, oh, they're not twinkles and sprinkles and glitter everywhere. Like these things will kick your ass.
Yes, exactly.
And then I got into it a little bit, and now here we are, 10 plus. I'm not even sure how many years later.
I know. I'm like, I'm not saying how many.
Back around.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even sure I'd have to do the math. It's more than 10. I've had my 10-year reunion, so it's more than 10. I can safely say that.
Yeah, I had my 10-year reunion, which I did not go to, 10 years ago, and I won't be going to my 20-year reunion. I left high school behind me, and there are people that I still talk to from my high school days, but it's not. The idea of going back to there and being surrounded by people that I didn't understand 20 years ago, and I still don't understand 20 years later.
I understand you as an adult. I ain't got time for this.
Yeah. And I do. I mean, I'm very good at when I'm around people that either I don't know or I just am not like really close with. I'm really good at being very diplomatic and, oh yeah, how are you? And no. And I hate doing that. So the idea of going and spending money, because you gotta buy
time for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather go get a good seafood dinner and hang out with my husband because I understand him. And I do like him occasionally. No, he was so good. He stayed up all night last night. He was having some insomnia, and then he made me coffee. Yeah, he was like, he came into the room and he's like, hey, you got to get up for your live stream. And I was like, already? And he's like, yeah, but I made you some coffee. I was like, okay, I'll get up. Thank you. So he is a good husband.
Yeah, that sounds really sweet.
Skye went to her husband's 10-year reunion, but skipped my own due to some drama that popped up. It always does.
It does.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Like, for my 10-year reunion, my best friend from like middle school and high school came in. She lives in Nebraska. She came into town and I had so much fun. We were catching up and everything. And then one of the girls she was friends with in high school was like, hey, can I hang out with you guys? And I was like, yeah, sure. That's totally fine. And the entire time that we were hanging out with her, the only thing I could think of, the third party, the only thing I could think of was, good Lord, did we just go back? Are we in the like quad and all this bullshit drama is going on all over again? I was like, I can't do it. And I ended up having to leave my best friend because I was like, I can't do this. This is too much. So yeah, but all right.
Dragon shifting firefighters do sound badass.
Dragon shifting firefighters. Yeah.
Yeah, in the comment section.
Yeah.
Skye and Nichole are talking about potential series ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the whole idea of a dragon is kind of sexy, and then you mesh it with a firefighter, which goes without speaking what they are. No. They don't make calendars of, office furniture. But that sounds really...
It does.
Yeah, it does. So
okay, I have to get going too. It's getting closer to 2:00.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta get going. I got somebody waiting for me. So we will wrap it up. Go ahead and you wrap up your stuff and I'll wrap up mine, and then we will move on from here.
Okay. I am Amy Nobody. I'm an SEO consultant, and I don't have any social media or website because I don't use it yet. I'm going to have to break down and do it eventually. I'm here working on my first draft for my first fiction book. And that pretty much sums up me.
Awesome. And I am DanaG Author. You can get my book, The Awakening Love Eternal, on Kindle. There's a link in the description below. Or you can get it for free if you go to my website and sign up for my monthly newsletter at DanaGaulinWrites.com. The link is also in the description. I want to thank everybody, especially Miss Amy, who got up and joined me today, and my girls in the comments. Thank you. Because, you know, writing by yourself kind of sucks. So, so anyway, until tomorrow morning at, what is it? It's noon, right? Noon Eastern, 12 o'clock Eastern for Skye's channel.
I think Skye is 1.
Yes, she is. See, this time change thing is really messing with my brain.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will be back. I know. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Skye's, over on Skye's channel. Her link in description is it those words again. Her link to her channel is in the description below. I could always start the fire and then put it out. Oh man, yeah, you could. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, ladies.